Hello, Changemakers. Welcome to the Dr. Kyra Show, where we use science to change ourselves, others, and the world. Today I want to talk about intermittent fasting. You know, when I was a little kid, I was very rail thin. I was, very athletic and did gymnastics and ran around the block and was outside 100% of my time. And the adults in my life, whether it was my aunties or my grandparents or my parents, would say, "Oh, Kyra, you can eat anything you want. That's amazing. Here, have some seconds, have some thirds, have some fourths," until I was stuffed. And as a kid running around 100% of my time, that worked for me because my metabolism was lightning speed and I was nonstop moving. But as I got a little bit older into my teen years, what happened is that this heuristic, and we've talked about that in other shows, heuristic being a shortcut in the brain. In this case, it was kind of a spell cast upon me by the adults in my life. I had a heuristic of, oh, I can eat anything I want, until I couldn't. And so as a preteen, teen, college student, young adult, post-baby, all those phases of my life, I have carried this belief that has worked against me of I need to be able to eat whatever I want. And you could imagine that when it comes to restricting portions, restricting diets, the types of foods you eat, all those things, none of that worked for me until I found intermittent fasting. Now, my dad used to say, actually, he was very prescient and very ahead of his days. And he used to say years ago, hey, just stop eating at 3 or 4 p.m. and you'll be good. And I couldn't do that because I'm a night owl. So I thought that fasting meant that you had to stop at the afternoon until I realized, hey, what if I can last longer without food in the morning than I can stopping and then just sitting there awake all night until I go to bed. That actually worked. And so my current routine is that I wake up, and I usually wake up about 6:30 or 7, and then I don't eat until about 11 or 11:30 in the morning if I can. I know a lot of people can brag about how they can make it till the afternoon. If that does not set off deprivation alarm bells in your brain, go for it, because the science is that the smaller your eating window you can do, the more you can eat exactly what you want. So I found my dream, eating habit, if you will, in intermittent fasting, because I can eat pretty much some, high calorie foods and some sugary foods and various things, as long as my eating window is anywhere from, 6 to 8 hours. I could eat anything. 8 to 10, I kind of have to watch it. And then, of course, 12 hours is how I started. And that was hard enough. And I worked my way up to, a 12-hour fast, to a 14-hour fast, to a 16-hour fast. And what I noticed about this is that it doesn't cause me to lose weight, but I'm not gaining weight. And that is, for me, satisfying and good enough for my health and for how I feel. So I hope this helps you kind of unpack it for your brain, maybe liberate you from some rigid, algorithm that you thought you had to follow, and that you can play with it a little bit and see what works for you. That's all I want for you. And I'll see you next time.